and the technical defenses. But here's the question every CISO actually asks: how do you manage this risk across an entire organization? Not just one app, all of them at once. That's the governance problem. Framework, regulation, red teaming programs, and the paperwork that actually holds up when someone asks, prove it. Let's get into it. Now let's talk about two big frameworks. First is NIST AI Risk Management Framework. It has four functions and they actually spell out a logical flow: govern, set policies and accountability, map, identify and contextualize your risk, measure, quantify, quantify them with real risk, with real metrics, measure, quantify them with real metrics, manage, implement controls. It's voluntary, but it's showing up in procurement requirement every day now. Second is ISO 42001. It is the international standard for AI management systems. Think of it as the structured, certifiable version. It's about building an actual management system around AI, not just a one-time checklist. Both has different purpose. NIST give you the risk methodology. I also give you the organizational structure to run it continuously. Let's talk about the EU AI Act and global regulations. The EU Act is the big one. The world first comprehensive AI law and it sorts every AI system into a risk tier. They are unacceptable, high, limited, and minimal. So unacceptable is the unacceptable risk that is banned outright. Social scoring, real-time biometric surveillance, manipulative AI. High risk, they are credit scoring, hiring, healthcare, law enforcement. This needs conformity assessments, full documentation, human oversight. And here's the part that surprises every people. Most enterprise LLM deployment making consensual decisions land here. Limited risk, just transparency. Tell users they are talking to an AI. And minimal risk is no specific requirement, most everyday AI tools. The real headache in this practice data redundancy when prompt carrying regulated data. The real headache in practice is the data residency. Residency when prompts carrying regulated data across borders, the right to explanation under GDPR Article 22, and vendor risk when you are using a third party LLM APIs you can't fully audit. Let's move to red teaming programming. LLM red teaming goes well past traditional pen testing. You are not just looking for a way in, you are probing for jailbreaks, bias, harmful outputs, policy violation across every technique we covered in last episode. A real program has a structure, establish a baseline before deployment, retest after every model update, bring in diverse testers, security people, domain expert, and genuinely non technical users who will break things in ways your engineer never would do. Document everything with reproduction steps and track remediation through your risk register. Risk register and model cards. These are two documents that make or break an audit. The AI risk register, it contains every identified risk, its likelihood, its impact, existing controls, and what you are doing about it. Technical risk, operational risk, ethical risk, reputational risk, all in one living document. Living being the keyword. It gets updated as new risk shows up, not written once and forgotten. The model cards, it's a standardized document of what model can actually do. Capabilities, limitations, intended use cases, evaluation results, known failure modes. This is the transparency piece. It's what lets someone make an informed deployment decision instead of just trusting the vendor's marketing. Here's the governance gap almost nobody has closed yet. Shadow AI. Employees pasting confidential document into a personal ChatGPT account, source code into a public LLM, decision made with an unauthorized tool nobody signed off on. It's the AI version of Shadow IT, except the data leakage risk is arguable worse because it's happened the instant someone has sent, not after some slow data exfiltration. The fix is an acceptable use policy that actually covers both sides. The consumer tools people already have, ChatGPT, Gemini, and your approved enterprise deployment, and underneath all of it, algorithmic accountability. Being able to show on demand the basis for any AI driven decision with a real human accountable at the other end. One more piece, responsible disclosure. Uh, it found a vulnerability in someone else's AI system, notify the vendor. Give them responsible time to fix it, then go public if needed. Immediate disclosure maximize harms. Permanent silence helped nobody learn. So let's quickly recap what we have learned in this chapter. First, NIST AI RMF. It gives you the methodology: govern, map, measure, manage. Second is the EU AI Act. It is the sort systems by risk. The second, the EU AI Act, it sorts systems by risk tier. And most serious enterprise LLM use lands in the high risk. Third, the red teaming for LLM covers jailbreaks, bias, and policies, not just traditional pen testing. Fourth is the risk register and model cards are what makes governance provable, not just claimed. Five is the shadow AI is the gap almost nobody has closed. Close it with a real acceptable use policy and clear accountability. That's how this gets managed at scale. Next video, we go into data privacy, specifically what LLM actually memorize and what that means under GDPR, CCPA, and HIPAA. If this was useful, hit subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.